Yes, so we did that. Now we're gonna leave. I will leave. Leave? How to leave this little place? I don't know. No, we did not pick it up. Okay.
If the manuscript was what Flappin Green...
Yeah, shut up. Get the little...
I couldn't wait.
Yeah, okay. Time to cut my hair.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi. Come in, Josh.
Jewish. We did this yesterday.
I have to go.
Okay.
Okay, are you gonna sit here?
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Would you like to shake...
No.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No. There's no such place as the Club à la Moute in Paris.
Can you tell me anything about this security pass?
I can tell it doesn't belong to you.
How come?
Give me some credit. If you're an electrician, I'll eat my antirrhinums.
You're a remarkably talented lady. Do you recognize...
No, miss.
See you later.
That's right.
Release. Let's see, accrual. There we go.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Are you Lobineau?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Lobineau does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir.
Do you know anything...
Not me. It is the youth.
And they ask you...
They asked me to practice. No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my case.
Whereas you...
Of course, not like Monsieur Lobby.
Do you recognize...
No.
Have you ever heard...
Oh, no.
Do you rec...
No, monsieur.
I guess... Would you like to...
Not while I'm on...
What?
That belongs in a museum.
Pardon?
It is a priceless historical artifact, if I am not mistaken.
No, it's a plain old tool for lifting drain covers. Do you recognize...
I don't think so.
What?
It is...
It's disgusting.
Thanks.
Maria!
In
Hey,
the case
Murray.
was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marne at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Closet? It's a sarcophagus. Pardon me.
We...
Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod, that belonged to John.
What's the importance of
Dee was the most...
Don't you mean alchemist? Escapologists use ropes.
Well, whatever...
What kind of experiment?
Oh,
Yeah, but we... Can I take a closer look at the tripod?
what? That tripod?
How sophisticated?
A
How is the alarm bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the...
It has never...
Thanks for your help. I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It was dug up in Ireland at a place called Loch Marn.
I have heard of Lochmarn. I read an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
A popular gossip magazine.
No,
Professor Nigel Pegram, excavating the medieval castle at Loch Marn. That's strange.
What?
He resigned his chair at Durham University in order to devote his time to the excavation. Not only that, but he canceled the filming of a 4th series of his popular television program. This site at Loch Marn must be awful important to him.
He's a professor of history. They're all cuckoo.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram. How do you feel about a trip to Ireland?
Disappointed.
Huh?
That I won't be going. I want to follow up the Bellotta case. If you really think Picram's dam is important, why don't you visit Lochmarn?
On my own? I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly? Let's take another... There's a guy with... Between them is a...
Look at that.
Oh no, I
There's...
just...
There... But the... There's a... But the... Have you found out any...
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clan's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The second week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but
I have to go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
I'm going to Ireland. There we go. Whee! Denonia!
I passed the castle on the way into Loch Marn, the castle where Pegram's excavation was located.
Hi there.
What? Who are you calling, kid?
Rosso's the name. Murder's my game.
Are you a detective?
Let's just say I'm here to find the truth.
Cool. Just like on the telly?
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam,
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run from me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chop, the old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I, see what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin, heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year. What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I...
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone...
No. Only, what do you want to know? Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle, you're not...
No,
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're...
I ain't scared of nothing.
I'll give you one...
Oh, yeah? And what?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh, there's a ghost. It's called the Phantom of Loch Marn.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me last Tuesday night. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worse. It was coming from inside the castle.
Did you find out what was making the noise in the castle?
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked. The yard was... I would have gone home, but my legs had lost their stuffing.
Did you get to see the...
Then I was so...
Have you seen...
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like...
The man I'm looking...
Jesus. It's just like that. There's this clown, see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes dead. While he's...
My God. That doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid?
Yeah, right.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
Do you know a man called Pig?
Can you describe him?
He's an English...
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
Can you tell me where I'd...
No, I can't, because he's...
Do you know what...
Digging.
I'm sure...
They're in...
Give me your hand.
Get lost.
Oh, come on,
No way, mate. Father Mahoney told me I'd burn in hell if I did.
I just want to shake your hand, that's all.
No way.
No way. Okay.
Do you recognize this matchbook, McGuire?
No, sir. I never seen it before in my life.
Ever heard of Thomas Merlin? Or the Gruber Electronics Corporation?
Merlin.
No.
Have...
Sure, that belongs to the killer clown you're looking for.
That's right.
Can I have it?
Sorry. I'm keeping this as...
You should have told the cops.
I did. They weren't interested.
You should run tests on that. You could identify the murderer with a sample of his snot.
Yuck. Have you ever seen...
What a slimy character.
What do you think this...
Lifting drains.
Dead right.
Work experience that gives me a...
You're kidding. See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Okay, mister.
My name's George.
Pleased to meet you, mister. My name's Fitz...
What can you...
There's nothing there.
How old?
Have
you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometime. Then one of the little and we didn't go there and...
You haven't...
No.
Do you know Professor Pegram?
He's the archaeologist, isn't he?
That's right. Did you work at Professor Pegram?
What gave you that idea?
Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
Do you recognize...
No.
See you later. He wasn't listening. Hi, my name's Stobart, George Stobart.
Hello there, mister.
Do you know Professor...
Do I know him? No. I mean,
do you know anything about
only that he didn't have... What he needed was shovels.
Pegram was digging for historical...
Is that a fact? What the hell?
It's the science of archaeology, Pat. Understanding how people used to live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder what they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers. Fast food cartons and favored condoms, more likely.
Did anyone from the...
Like, what?
Do you remember seeing Sean?
I think me brain box needs...
Can I buy you a drink?
You most certain.
Give me a drink for my friend here.
Who? Doyle? Has he conned you into buying for him? Shame on you, Patrick.
Same again. Just a point this time, Michael.
1 point of brown coming up.
Do you remember Sean?
I can picture the scene as if it was... Come to think of it, Fitzgerald was there all right. Him and a bunch of... He was speaking with the boss man.
Can you tell me anything?
Oh, I don't... You should have... Would you...
That's right. Professor Stobart, Miskatonic University.
You're an archaeologist, and you're asking us about the castle.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien. The gentleman was talking to me. How come you didn't leave with the others?
I didn't know they'd gone.
Oh, yes. Packed their spades and shovels.
Seems I missed all the excitement.
What excitement?
Do you...
No.
Does this... Do you recognize...
It's a handsome mug on that fella, to be sure.
Bye for now.
Top of the morning. I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say.
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
No, thank you. I don't plan...
Who does? Most folk take one look at Loch Martin and jump back on the bus.
I'll try a glass...
Is this your...
well, I guess so. What's real ale?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional method. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally...
In other words, it's flat and warm with bits in, and it makes you fall over.
Oh wow, you shugged it.
Have you, sir?
No.
Do you know a man?
Indeed. Are you...
Oh, no. I'm just...
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Did Pegram stay here?
Yes, he did. 6 nights plus breakfast.
Do you recognize...
No.
Do you recognize...
No.
Nah, it was a long... Do you
No.
I've got
I don't. If it's a fight you're looking...
A priest? A man of the...
Sure. And he teaches the boys how to box at the youth club. According to Mahone. Isn't that right, Pat? Doyle.
Sorry, Michael. I was...
Dad.
Hey, Bart.
Land.
Sorry.
No, what?
Nothing.
Not just now, mister. I have to be careful.
Oh. Here's something which might interest you.
It doesn't.
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
No.
Does this tissue...
That's...
Uh-huh.
Well, what's the idea? Your work...
Look... It was a beer-stained piece of...
Oh, yummy.
Hi there, old... What? Nasty cold you've got there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Is there such a thing as a... I put the question to father, says I.
What did he say?
He said it's my reward, pious priest. Anyway, this is no ordinary cold. 'Tis the hay...
Pollinosis?
Thank you. You're not a...
Excuse me?
Police.
Can I buy you...
Very kind, I'm...
What's wrong with it?
I've seen what...
Can you tell me how to get into the...
Oh,
That's what the kid...
then you're a...
Ghost store.
You can't.
There's no one around to stop me.
That's right. No.
Have you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure. With me very own eyes.
Can you describe the ghost?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast, long beak, straggly,
Are you sure?
skunk. In Lochmarn? That'll be the day.
That will be the day, yep.
That was a ghost, to be sure.
Do you know Pete?
That's... No,
What's that you're making?
it's a necklace.
Oh,
When my...
I think I don't think...
What?
He was up on the wall. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh!
Hey, would you like... I'll see you later. Mr. Fitzgerald? Doyle told me you definitely worked at the dig. He's seen you there. You might as well admit it.
I knew this would happen.
I need to talk to...
What do you mean?
Yeah.
You're not from the Social Security.
Hell no.
Well, I was claiming benefits at the same time I was working for Pegram.
I'm not in a position to make... That's between you and your conscience. All I want is to talk to Pegram about...
But he's not here.
I know that. So where...
I don't know. He asked me to give this package to a guy called Marquet.
Show me what's in the package, Sean.
I can't.
Why not?
I promised the professor.
So where's the harm in taking a peek inside Pegram's package?
You don't know these people.
This is your last... I've been...
But he'll...
Who will?
The man from Paris. Jack Marquet. Pegram told me if I gave him the package unopened, I'd hear no more about it. But if I double-crossed Marquet, I'd be dead.
I'll deal with Jacques Marquet. Give the package to me.
No. Why should I? I don't know how to... I wish I'd never even heard of the Lochmarn.
What the fuck?
Hey, I just
out of here, Maguire. Come back when you're old enough.
What's the lad howling about?
A big red sports car. Sean Fitzgerald's been runned over.
Get out! Noisy little tyke.
Maybe you should send out some medicinal brandy maker.
Oh, yes. And who's going to pay for it?
Not me.
Me too, neither.
I was telling the... Would you look at that, says I. And I going over to take a closer look. Next thing, Fitzy comes tearing out of the pub and nearly knocks me on my ass. But the car just flies at him. It was too fast for poor old Fitzy. And hit him an awful wallop. He goes flying up on top. Jesus, says I thought he was a goner. Next thing, the driver hops out. And I couldn't believe my eyes. He was dressed like a bloody pixie.
Just like a blood pixie.
I tugged at the trap.
Okay, so we need to get down the bar.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
May I have another?
Start.
Yeah, please.
That's each barrel is light.
May I?
Sure you can, on one condition.
What's that?
You keep it away from old Ron.
Who's Ron?
That's him in the corner, with the hygiene problem.
Look, I gotta be going. He wasn't lit. Hey!
Hello there again, man.
What do you think of...
No, there's such crap.
Bye for now. I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute.
Maybe not. It was impossible to return the switch to it. Hey,
What?
did this pixie...
I couldn't see you.
Sorry. Did fit...
I didn't.
Maybe the... See you later, kid.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Hey, how about...
I...
You know, cocked...
What? Pin...
right.
I don't... Oh, well... It's not my dear.
Look, I got... Almost...
Will you
Look. Hello again.
What?
Could you use this towel?
I could, but it wouldn't be much.
If I was...
It's not made. I've got flesh as bones as soft and rabbit, lads.
What is this?
No.
I'll see you later. As soon as the old guy looked away, I grabbed his...
I grabbed what he had in his hand and I'm never gonna get it back.
Maybe not. It was a short piece of wire, twisted into a rough circle. Hey,
What?
what do you think this was?
Stealing cars. There's only one problem.
The local policeman?
No. Nobody in Lochmarn is...
What do you mean?
Hey,
That old wind...
you're pretty cool, miss.
What is this?
Nothing.
See you later, kid.
Okay.
I tugged at the... The plastic cover had been smashed and broken away, revealing a switch. I Excuse...
Yes, sir?
Does this piece of...
No.
It just...
Well, here's... I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer. And when you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring. I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. It was an electric glass washer. It looked even older than the barman. It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer. I used all my knowledge of It was an electric glass. I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring. Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Does this piece of wire mean any...
No.
Look, I got... Hello again. Here, this wire...
Oh, no. Never saw it before.
I'll see you later. Hello. I'll see you later. I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions. Excuse me, mister. I fixed your bingo.
A free... No. Could you...
I guess.
If you can't fix...
The pumps are in the cell.
That's right.
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen. I lifted the trap. I looked.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes?
What was that? I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
Oh, he doesn't know it's me. I'm following him.
Now I could see. I spotted Mr. Leary's flashlight easily. Then I noticed a flash of light. Something... It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking...
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way. You're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari. The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water. I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water. I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping. Excuse me. Yes, sir? Does this gem...
Phew.
I found...
So I see it. You'd better keep hold of that until you fix the pumps.
Look, I gotta be going. It was impossible. I inserted the end of the lifting key in the mortarless crack. It remained lodged. I tugged at the lifting key and found it was held quite securely.
Oh no. Go there. Oh shit.
The rope by which the goat was tethered had become tangled on the old plowshare.
That's an angry goat.
As I dipped my plaster of Paris. I'd used it in kindergarten. The statue was too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand. As I swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left I sprinkled the plaster on the
Awesome.
The trickle of water was quickly absorbed by the plaster. I eased the solid piece of plaster from the sand. Underneath, I placed the hardened plaster cast fitted snugly into the 5 matching sockets.
Oh yeah, awesome. Adventure. The evening back in Paris.
My first teddy. Never had a boyfriend. Undisturbed.
Paris, hello? Tite? Mama.
The box was carved. The elephant, but that's... no. No.
Why not? I get a message. Oh.
I had messages waiting to be played.
You have 3 messages.
Hey, Collard, it's me, your favorite editor. Guess what? I'm gonna give you a second chance. I need somebody to write the TV column. Pays lousy, so what's new? If you're interested, drop by the office anyway. That story of yours I spiked. It won't go away. You've made some dangerous enemies out there.
Hey, Nico, it's your old pal. I mean, your new pal, George. Whoa, Ireland. It's a whole different country. And I got some amazing news for you. Gem of a story, in fact. Oh, gotta go. Yeah, fella here's got a drink lined up for me. See you tomorrow, Nico. Slonsha. Yep, only here for a day and I'm speaking the lingo like a local.
Mademoiselle Coulard, this is Imelda Carchon. I wanted to thank you for being so understanding when... Come to lunch, why don't you? Tomorrow. I might have more news. There's a Monsieur Merlon coming to see me this evening. He says he knows why Pierre was murdered. In fact, he'll be here shortly. I shall let you know what he says. Goodbye, dear girl. Till tomorrow.
Oh no, it's murder.
Oh my God. Merlin's the killer. I better get over there and warn her now. When it came to being two-faced, Imelda was up there with the best. I owed her nothing, but I couldn't just let her die.
Run, girl.
I arrived to find the Palais Royal courtyard. I had to... Fixed tight. Presume...
Yeah, it's destroying
I
some.
unhooked the first wire.
So my head can do that with my hands. Awesome. Oh gosh, this shit.
I released the second wire. Even with both wires removed, the statue remained upright. If I could deconstruct this, I could deconstruct anything.
Indeed.
The plastic sheet was thick and strong. I'd need more than my hands to tear it. My God, I'm too late. Imelda. Oh no.
Nico?
Don't worry, you're going to be all right.
You know that isn't true.
It was Merlin, wasn't it?
Dressed as a cavalier. Absurd. You came to warn me, didn't you?
I must be crazy.
Let me see you, Nico.
All this time you were just using me. Which one is the real Imelda?
You are an extraordinary girl. Thierry would have been so proud of you.
You didn't know my father.
So like him. Something about the eyes. I wish we'd had time to get to know each other.
She was gone. She cheated me, lied to me, used me. But why? Even in death, Imelda looked the same. Beautiful, inscrutable. The Ice Queen alone in her ice palace. I opened it. Inside was a tiny gold key. I took the key. I had to leave. I knew I could never return.
Need you filter.
In the dim light, I caught the reflection of something metallic. A small sinister... It was a... Oh!
Jerry, the box.
You don't scare me. Especially...
Be right back.
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key. The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Carchon's. I took out the key. I couldn't believe it. Imelda's key opened my father's box. I dreaded what I was going to find inside. It was a photograph of Imelda. But why here? In my father's box? I felt as if a black hole had swallowed me up. Imelda and Carchon grinning. While behind them a village was being razed to the ground. Its people butchered. And there, next to them, staring out at me across the years, my own father. There was a letter. I feared there was even worse to come. Hotel St. Georges, Algiers, Friday. My darling Thierry, by the time you read this, you'll be safely out of Africa. You need not fear. Pierre and the organization do not know who you are really working for, or about us. Did you think I would betray you? I could not. You wanted me to leave him, but I don't have your courage. I know too much of what has been going on here. They would find me and they would kill us both. Enjoy your life in Paris, Thierry. Your life of honor, of patriotic duty. Do they give medals to spies? No. They'll just give you a funny job in an embassy somewhere. I could never share that with you. Imagine me, a diplomat's wife. So I must stay here with Pierre, the two of us bound together by what we have done to this country. Au revoir, my love. You will be in my heart until I die. Imelda. Suddenly everything made sense. My father had been working undercover for the government. He was one of the good guys after all. He and Imelda must have fallen in love. She'd found out who he really was, so he had to leave. It had broken her heart, but she had never revealed it to anyone. I knew I couldn't either. Whatever he was doing, he'd had good reason to keep it secret. I decided I would respect that and tell nobody.
Oh, she's sleeping there? Really?
I knew it was George. For a moment I was tempted to pretend that I was out, or ask him to go away and come back later. But then... Come in.
Hello, George. So, where did you stay last night?
At McDevitt's. I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
That explains why you look so ill today. Did you get any sleep at all?
Not much. I had to share the room with another guy.
Did he snore?
Hardly. He was dead.
And you say Pigram has disappeared?
Without a trace. But my visit wasn't a complete waste of time.
Pigram's gem?
The Templars' gem. Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's in for a disappointment.
Jacques Marquet?
He's the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Yep.
I so much wanted to talk to George about everything that had happened, but I knew I never could. My father's connection to Africa would have to remain a secret forever. His bravery would be known only to the government and to me. Revealing it would just damage his memory. People would take the story and twist it. Before long, he would be the villain and Carchon would be the hero. I know how they do that. I'm a journalist.
Oh yeah, we're going to the museum.
Pardon me. Do you know anything?
No, sir.
The sign on
It does?
Yeah.
Most.
You don't know anything.
No, it was.
Why don't you...
Do you?
And you're... Can you give me...
Certainly. That.
What's the Don't you...
What?
What kind of...
Oh.
Yeah. Can I take a...
What? That
house... Do you know any...
Not it.
And they
asked...
Where...
Of course. Not left.
I found this...
That means nothing to me.
How did you manage to get...
I had a minute.
How...
But it as...
Does this...
No.
Thanks for... Sergeant Moo?
Yes.
I'd like to report...
Yes, monsieur.
Outside, they stopped me as I was...
Could you do...
One, their name...
Bon.
Have you heard of a man...
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of... I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
Which hospital?
The Hagenmeyer...
Why was
Because...
Yeah, but...
I don't know.
Does this...
That's a double... Now, that's unusual. Pre-war...
Really?
I haven't seen...
It's...
In this part of the world, there are only 3 places these are made. Taiwan, Manila, and Slough.
Would you like...
Not well...
Are you...
Don't...
Did I show you my...
Yes, monsieur.
Did I show you...
Yes, monsieur.
Do you...
I told you...
I'm not touching it.
See you later, Sergeant.
Leave. Please leave. You have nothing. No business here. Go away. Hospitalet! Café La Chandelle. Alright. Please. Hospital. Did I forget a S? Hospital.
I felt a little guilty as I tried the door. Like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary... Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the reception.
I'm looking for a guy named Jacques Marquet.
In which department does he work?
He doesn't. He's a patient.
I see. You do realize
There's a
there
fire
are
here.
strict policies regarding visiting.
This is important.
We make
It's...
I
I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is...
Explain.
He's in league with a bunch...
Nonsense. Besides, Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive...
Could you tell me who Marquet's employers are? May I...
You may...
Thanks for your help. Excuse me.
Hospital.
Yes, sir?
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
Yeah.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, a little... How may I help you?
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Yeah, I'm his, long-lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
Yeah, people always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age. After a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so...
I guess not. So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your...
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see. He was on Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's...
Oh, no.
Nurse Grendel's ward.
Nurse?
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Oh, my little
Well
baby.
disciplined. In the discipline
Are
and
you a
punishment stakes, she
baby?
whipped the butt off the Marquis de Sade.
Are you
Everything,
a baby?
I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result.
Ah,
Those
shit.
patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left past the administrator's and turn left.
I didn't listen
Has
to that
Marquet
video
been
that
visited
lady.
by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well, there's Theodore the Bear. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
They're gonna use this one.
Ah, take down, you're killing my niece.
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from the zoo.
Yep.
I'd like to shake...
Don't be fresh.
Don't.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
Hey now, you can't go in there.
How come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing...
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong?
What the fuck? Swing, I'm a doctor. So let's get lost. The hell?
Excuse me, sir.
Aha! Just the man. You must be the new boy.
Yeah, I must be.
Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bernie, come here, boy. This is Benoit, my nephew. Can I trust you to look after him?
Do your own babysitting, Gramps. Who do you think you are, anyhow?
I am Felix Hagenmeyer.
And may I say what an honor it is to meet you in person, sir. You are on my medical wall of fame. Right up there with Pasteur and Leary. I look on it as a privilege, no, an honor, to look after your nephew, sir.
He is fresh out of medical school. It will open his eyes to see a real doctor on scene.
I just started my work.
I'll bet.
Show him around. Let him see some real suffering.
Hi, my name's George.
Yes, sir?
So what's your name, kid?
Benoit. They call me Bunny.
Bunny? Jeez, and you don't mind?
Oh, I've gotten used to it.
Okay, Benoit, you're gonna help me.
Anything you say, sir.
Do you know anything about a...
No, sir.
I've never met a doctor.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure.
Do you know the nurse?
No, miss. I can't wait to get my hands dirty. I was talking about treating myself. I didn't...
Shut up, Ben.
Okay, sir.
Shake my hand.
I don't.
How come?
Dermatitis.
I don't have dermatitis.
I do.
What is this tissue?
Is that a...
No. Follow me, Benoit.
I'm right.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Oh, hi. Is this Ward J2?
Yes, sir. The patients are ready for your inspection, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse.
You'll need this, Doctor.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
Do you have a patient named Mark?
Oui, monsieur. He has been placed in...
Why is Marquet...
If you... All I...
Do you know who...
No.
Preference?
That...
Do you have any clown?
Why, yes, we do.
I'll bet he lightens the place.
Hardly. Monsieur Boissy has been in a coma for the last 3 months.
What's wrong with...
He was involved... A silly stunt involving his current condition. It's unlikely he'll ever...
It's an ill... Would you like to...
Well...
No, it's okay. Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay.
Hello? Anybody home?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobart, and I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what...
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are you sure you're a qualified doctor?
You better believe it. What can you tell me about Mark?
He's the man in the private room. That room was mine before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
What's your
She's a very efficient young...
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner. I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job.
Usually nurses do that.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it.
Do you recognize...
Doesn't that...
No.
He's a clown.
Do you know...
But I...
The woman in...
Where? You've...
Do you know what...
I'd rather...
Do you know what this...
It looks like...
Do you recognize...
No, doctor.
A cold blood... Have you heard of...
No.
Does this...
No.
Have you...
No, doctor.
Have you ever... I'll come... Hey, Benoit!
Yes, sir?
Here, take this pressure gauge.
Thank you, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, keep it safe until I... Follow me, Benoit.
I'm right behind...
Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
You haven't finished taking my blood pressure.
Will you keep quiet?
I'll keep...
I have...
Oh, it's but...
I'll come back when you... Hey, Benoit!
Yes, sir?
Do you still have that gauge I...
Oh, yes.
Use it on Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
I'm Dr. Stone.
Bonjour.
Have you heard of...
He's in...
Mark...
he...
I have...
What?
Routine.
What if... That's...
Well, I've been institutionalized to the point of godlike aloofness.
The white coat suits you.
Thanks. Have you seen...
Yeah.
A gorilla and a
No. This was a tatty old bear.
How's the bear acting suspicious?
Well, he was wearing a homburg.
Is that against the law?
No, but it's pretty weird for a bear.
Catch you later.
Au revoir.
Marquet?
Yes, I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Well, what are you waiting for? Get it over with.
I just want to know what I should do with the gem.
The Lochmar gem.
Yeah, right here in my pocket.
I thought you were one of the assassin.
Not me. I never inhaled.
So, you were sent in my place?
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grandmaster. Quickly tell him that I have found the tripod.
You have it?
Not yet.
Would that be Flap and Guido by any...
You as for...
They have geese in Syria?
That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
Talking to this patient, of course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. If Herr Hagenmeier was to hear that...
Okay, I'm going. I'd learned all I could from Marquet anyhow.
Ah, there you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I finished with your pressure gauge.
Thanks, Bunny.
What's that noise? It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
It's all right. The doctor's in there with him.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Oui, monsieur. He showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
There's no Dr. Braille working here.
He's an imposter! The door's locked. Help me, officer.
Stand back, monsieur.
Okay. Oh no, he did. He did long time.
Hello, Georges.
I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked. For the very last time.
He's dead.
Yeah. Killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable. What kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away, out the window. Have you ever heard of the Hashi-Ashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves.
Damn.
Let's take another look at the manuscript. There's a guy between... There's a guy... There's a woman, but the night through my... That is... I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one, Rousseau or Sergeant Mou? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
Oh, there he is.
I beg your pardon. Are you Andre Lobineau?
That's me. You want my autograph?
No. I was told you may be able to help me.
Help?
My name is George Stobart. I'd like your professional opinion.
Well, okay, shoot.
Does the name Montfaucon mean anything to you?
Sure, it was the most grisly spectacle in Paris until the Revolution.
A public toilet?
Montfaucon was the place of execution for many. A dark temple of death, with scores of rotting corpses swung on creaking rope, while the crows devoured their flesh.
That explains the image of the hanged man. I found a reference to Montfaucon in Ireland, in a village called Lochmarn.
Lochmarn? That's where
That's right. He'd left the excavation before I'd like your opinion on a
Vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides, there are certain people who'd stop at nothing to get...
Intriguing.
There isn't much. Only a few I was kind of hoping you'd help decipher the pictures.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's a tall order.
Just tell me one thing. What does the image of two men riding on the same horse suggest?
The Knights Templar. Does the I'd love to see.
The manuscript is being looked at.
In Paris?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not so maybe I should check.
A female?
Yeah, she's a woman. Do you know
Not really.
When was...
Oh,
I think you ought...
see,
It's
before they're wasting the tribe.
Well? Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Why, yes. It was a radical Muslim sect whose name became synonymous with murder. It was formed in 11th century Persia, shortly before the Crusades.
At roughly the same time as the Templars.
Yes. They gave a new word to our language. Assassini. The assassins.
Where was the site of Mof?
Does he know the old...
Can you tell...
I saw the...
Gee. How did
from the... It was the...
You're a...
Glad.
What do you make of...
It's the biggest gemstone I... Well, did...
From Professor Pegram's messenger boy.
Did Pegram find this on his...
Yeah, the site where this was found was a... Do you think it could be part of the...
No, I shouldn't think so. You're not one of those crazies who think the Templars still exist.
Well, I try to keep an open mind on the matter. How come that...
They... So, the...
Is it true?
Oh, the... There...
Do you...
No.
How did the...
He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with the freshest water, the most delicious food.
Cool. Do you have the address?
I haven't finished the story.
Wouldn't you just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to find himself back in the real world. He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashashin.
How did the assassin...
Well, they'd be then.
And they'd...
You...
Does the... Why do...
Because... It's not that...
This friend who...
we...
She lives at...
I'll drop...
I'd like to shake...
Not...
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Sergeant Moo?
Yes.
I'd like to report...
Yes.
Out this...
Could you...
One, their name...
No.
See you later, Sergeant.
Hello, Georges. Oh, by the way, I had a visit from André Lobineau.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bear that crest.
I sure hope so. Do you think the...
I don't think, besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't... I'd better get... Excuse me, officer. What do you know about the Knights?
Les Templars, and hanged in the...
Boy.
No, monsieur.
Shouldn't you be...
You...
Yeah?
I could... which...
Yeah, but I'm not...
And...
I'll see...
Oui.
I didn't have time to sit around. A knight, there in biblical references engraved into the tomb edge, I guess. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack. Somehow it looked more modern than its neighbor. A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. Well, I could have just taken the end off the staff, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of it other than deported. A stone knight laying, carrying all that armor around must have been hard. A stone. A knight there. On the end of a statue of the statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well. I could see that what had at first seemed to be a fine engraved chasing on the scroll was actually writing. Per disciplinum meum lux videbus. Sounds pretty familiar to me. Per disciplinum meum.
Oh.
A bit of a stained glass window. Wow. Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess. Per discipline. Hoping for a big in had been. On the end of the staff. On the end. A statue of a knight holding the statue. I didn't have time to sit.
Hey! Hey, you! What do you think you are doing? Leave that...
Sorry, no...
You...
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Hey, I visit...
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't expect anything quite so...
I hope you're referring...
Oui, of course.
What did you make of the manuscript?
It dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that from the Templar seal.
It's a story and pictures like...
What story did...
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, we pilgrims in our thousands on our way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade, ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
Have you deciphered any of the...
There's very little... The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras.
Who's he?
A Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time. The only thing I can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Can you identify...
I already did, Joe. He's a member of the De Vasconcelos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No. They're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh.
The spotlight of history moved on. They're probably long dead.
Does the...
No.
Do you recognize...
No.
What is this...
Nothing.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
No, miss.
Okay.